it'll be different. We have more weapons this year than last year, so I think the being without Burton is going to be okay, but it is going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult because he's a vital piece of this offense.
I remember last year in week 1, he was a big piece in that game when you guys went up 20-3, and
yeah, it's one of his favorite
he was used a lot. Yeah, and that's why I'm wondering. I'm like, man, if he's out, that's a bigger impact than people realize on that. But
right,
I mean,
guys.
we'll see. It's just like the same ha-ha and Amo segment.
Missing him last year against the Eagles was way bigger than anyone thought. It was a big blow. So yeah,
yep.
I mean, again, the good thing is we have adding Mike Davis, Cordero Patterson, David Montgomery. We got Javon Wims and Riley Ridley now. So there's more weapons that Mitch can utilize. But definitely being without that solid wide tight end in Trey Burton, it'll be a little difficult.
So Dave, we got to wrap this up so he can get going because we have to be on his show here in about a half hour.
All right, Austin.
We still got to get going on.
Final thing. What is your prediction for Thursday night, and what's the score you're saying?
Oh, man. Can I hear your guys' thing first, or do I have to give mine?
Oh, you're the guest. You go first.
Yeah, you got to go first, and I'm writing it down. I'm writing it down, and then I'm going to check you on yours, too, to make sure you match.
Oh, geez, guys. Well, the Chicagoan over here is going to take Bell Bears 24-14, 27-14. You can book it. This defense ain't regressing. Player of the game.
27-14. Wow.
Yeah, you got it. You freaking got it. 27-14. Big defense. Oh, man. You guys, I could feel your glares through the phone here.
No, I'm not glaring. I'm smiling because I'm waiting for the karma to come back Thursday night.
Oh, I mean, tell me, I'm waiting for the same thing. So if the Bears lose, I'm going to be a very disappointed Bears fan. But I'm going to say, man, my player of the game. I'll give it to Mitch. God dang it! I'll give it to Mitch. 300. I'll say he throws for over 300 yards, and that just sets the tone for the season. I don't want to sound like a Mitch homer, but I do believe that. He does take.
It sounds like you're on the bandwagon and you're driving it, brother.
Oh, I mean, hey, I can drive that bandwagon all day. I love it, but
so
I want to sound realistic.
Jay, what do you think? Do you want me to go or do you want to go?
You go ahead.
I am going to call it now. Packers come out and shock the Bears in Chicago.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't be surprised.
And because of the fact Rodgers knows how ha-ha plays, I think they're going to exploit it and then pull other coverage away to force one-on-ones more for other matchups. I think they win 31-17. And I think the player of the game goes to... Huh?
I have a quick question. Who do you think, what one of your wide receivers do you think are going to beat our guys one-on-one?
I think... You guys are going to pull some coverage.
This is not an offense that you have to worry about everybody beating one-on-one. And by the way, there ain't a person on your damn defense that can cover Devontae
he asked
Adams.
me. Hey, back in your corner. Back in your corner. All right. No, I think MVS, because he has the speed to get on the outside, and I know Prince and Fuller are really good press guys off the line. But I think with his speed and him working with Randy Moss over the summer, I think it's going to add on something. So I think we might see a deep throw or two to MVS from Rodgers because of the fact that he's really been putting in work, and I think he's got the speed to get by him. I'm not saying it's going to be all night. I just think one of them. But I actually think my player of the night is going to go to Zadarius Smith. I think our defense steps up in a big way with the pass rush. All right, Jay. All right, come out of your corner.
All right. Well, it's going to be 31-24 Packers.
Okay.
Ooh.
We'll see what happens.
Here's basically why.
How does it end, Jay?
I think it's going to be it's going to end in classic form. That 31 is going to come in the final 2-minute drive where Rodgers just rips your freaking heart off, and it's going to be Rodgers, and not to who you think I'm going to say. It's going to be Rodgers to Lewis.
Ooh, Marcedes Lewis, the old vet. Good one. especially with Jay Sternberger going down, they're going to use him more. That's a good idea, Jay.
He is so Jason Witten nobody gives him credit for, and if you really watch this guy's tape over the years, he's as sure-handed. He's just never utilized because he's such a damn good blocker.
He is. He's one of the best run-blocking tight ends, but McCarthy never used him last season. 11 snaps he gave him. 11. Yeah, sad. But no, Austin, we're glad you came onto the show, man. We love banter back and forth. I told you we were going to be cordial, maybe throw a couple slights in there. But yeah, man, we're glad to have you on. We love the rivalry, respect the rivalry, and that's the most important part of it, is respect each other while we're still having fun, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and wet those whistles and get ready for some more banter in about 30 minutes.
Oh, we'll be on. Go. We appreciate you, Austin. Thanks a lot, bud.
Appreciate you, Austin,
we'll talk
brother.
to you in a half hour, man.
All right, see you guys.
All right.
All right, we have to get a little break here, and then we're going to get, we got to get Dylan.
Our fantasy files.
Time for fantasy files.
Show just climbing this rope right here. And if there's a man upstairs, he kept bringing me rain. But I've been sending up prayers and something's changed. I think I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life now. All my dreams are coming true, yeah. I've been waiting for this moment. It's good to be alive right about now.
We're back, and we have Dylan, and we're back, and we have Dylan, and it's fantasy.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Oh, God, did we catch cat napping?
Of course not.
I need to win this year. That guy right there, he's going to help me win.
The players are out there. Fantasy files time. Go, Dylan.
So obviously, guys, we got Zeke getting his new contract, so don't worry about him in your lineup week one. That's basically the most relevant thing going on right now, other than the Texans getting Laramie Tunsil, so Deshaun Watson's going to have some extra protection.
Little Carlos Hyde.
Yeah, if you're into that sort of thing, Carlos Hyde got traded to Houston, so whatever.
Hey,
another guy.
Dylan, let's get right to it, man, because I'm really pumped. Dude, the draft last night. Analyze everybody's roster. What's going on? How do you think of people's strategies? Come on.
I really like the way people drafted last night. There was no picks that really stood out as like a dumb pick or a surprise pick. I was happy with the way things went for the most part. We're going to have 6 teams by the end of this thing make it into the playoffs, so that means 4 are not going to make it into the playoffs. And you guys are not going to like what I have to say about the teams that are not going to make it into the playoffs.
I know I'm one of them.
Dave, I like your team I like the Hopkins-Evans pair. Evan Ingram is in for a big year, obviously, with Beckham gone. But questions with Amari Cooper as far as him being banged up right now. I don't really like how he got a lot of his points last year in just a few games. One of them was against my own Philadelphia Eagles. And I think Cooper is one of those guys where you're going to be pulling your hair out with throughout the season as far as to put him in your starting lineup or not.
That's why I'm grabbing your D.D. Westbrook to replace Cooper if he's not there.
Right. And Westbrook's the guy who he might catch a lot of passes from holes. I don't think he's a real touchdown threat. You might end up flexing Delaney Walker. As funny as that.
That was actually one of my plans.
Season. Yeah, so I could see that being in there. And Devin Singletary was a good pickup. But I just don't like the low ceiling that Tom Brady offers. Derrick Henry, I definitely have questions about. Tony Michel was a great pick, though. Your team, I have a lot of questions about. Jay, you are the perfect example of locking up your quarterbacks a little too early, in my opinion. You have two stellar quarterbacks in Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. The only problem is you're only going to be able to play one per week. So
By the way, I have a strategy here. Quarterbacks always get injured, 1. 2, I have freaking early bye week on Patrick Mahomes, and I don't want to be freaking scrambling for a quarterback. And 3,
that's why you got Eli.
Trade value, buddy. And I was picking all the premier, I looked at it as value at charts, just like I'm a GM, right? And because it's PPR. And I looked at a few things. What quarterbacks don't I want to play against? I don't want to play against Rodgers, and I don't want to play against Mahomes. 2, what were the picks right before me that were going that I wanted and didn't? And the guys I had valued below them in those same positions, I had valued at rounds way below where I had those quarterbacks. So there was logic to mine, and I'm telling you, I am going to get returned back for the price by the end of the trade deadline for one of those two quarterbacks, whoever I really want to get rid of. It's going to happen. So it's smart picks by me. There's strategy so I can make it into the playoffs. It's called future investment, Dylan.
I am curious.
That's a stupid
I feel like
spot.
Al Davis just gave me a big speech on premier players.
So, Jay, who are you starting week 1? Mahomes at Jacksonville or Rodgers at Chicago on Thursday night?
Both playing good defenses.
I'm going Mahomes because I'm also I'm also not starting the Packers defense either. I'm starting the.
Why, Jay? I thought you just had faith in them.
It's not the point. It's a rivalry. I do not play defenses on rivalries.
You should when they're going to get about 5 sacks 2 nights from now.
Stop
Here,
it.
listen, I do like that you did the Mahomes-Hill stack. You're going to get a lot of big plays from those guys. I just have questions about James White. We know his role is the third down, catch a lot of passes guy, so for PPR that is very helpful. But let's see about the workload. They did draft a guy. They still have Burkhead on the team. What's the latest on Aaron Jones' hamstring, guys?
He's playing. He's good to go.
Okay.
He was full participation yesterday, today, and they LaFleur said there should be no hiccups at all for him playing.
I also have Coleman as a backup in case there, too, there, pal, who is going to be the workhorse in a zone stretch Shanahan scheme.
Wow. That's another thing I just read up about. Right now, Breida is listed as the number 1 back, and obviously
yes, he is.
A lot of things. But I'm seeing a 50-50 split until one of those guys runs away with the job. Could very well be Coleman, but it also could very well be Breida, who has experience in this offense and had stellar yards per carry last year.
Shut up, Dylan.
Next team. I know you want to come out with something, Jay, but hold on. The next team I have my questions about is the Edmonton Bills, Monraj Dale. This team has a lot of potential with Baker Mayfield, James Conner, Adam Thielen. I do like those guys a lot, but then you get into Kenny Galladay, David Johnson, David Njoku. Those are guys that I have a lot of questions about. Njoku's in a mix with plenty of talent now with Beckham and Jarvis Landry. Obviously, we know what happened with David Johnson last year. he finished as the RB7, but you didn't really notice it along the way with how ugly that offense was. We'll see if Kyler